snow pile up there. Oh my god, I can get out of my truck now without hopping over that stuff. Great, we'll find out why. He moved all the firewood. Hello, my YouTube friend. I try to make a driving video on the way home. All you hear is a truck.
All right, so here's our spot. There.
Stick.
One orange daylily that we're gonna have to replace.
Oh darn.
Somewhere else.
Oh, and if you're watching my channel, you probably watch Jason's channel. Regal Southern Living. Probably a little bit of prepper in you. There was something weird in the news I was trying to talk about. It made me think, I have maps, thank goodness, but I don't think everybody does. So next time you're out getting fuel, yeah, stop at a truck stop and get an atlas.
The Rose of Sharon that we're going to put here is one of the white. It's called a white chiffon.
Yep, white chiffon.
Rose of Sharon. Hibiscus syriacus. Syriacus or Sirius? I don't know. One of the two.
Well, that was crazy news. A very smart person put 50 satellites in low Earth orbit, and then everybody's surprised when it fell down. 40 of them fell down, or damn near half of them.
50.
I think 40 something fell down. He had 50 something up there.
Oh, I got no water.
I'm looking for it. But anyways, my YouTube friend.
Is there a truck on the hose?
Oh. Found it.
Oh, you found
it. That's why you put your hoses away, silly. Anyways, so I was thinking about that Starlink stuff. I was thinking, aren't GPS satellites low Earth orbit? It's like, yeah, I think so. Boop, boop. Here's the moon. Anyway, so there's a lot of stuff that solar weather affects, like self-service. Oh, so next time you're out getting fuel, stop by a truck stop, get a state map. Always getting water. I'm parked on the hose. Next time you're crossing a state line, stop at the rest area. You might have to ask for a map.
Ooh.
But there's lots of places you can get cheap and free maps.
You think so?
Get to know your city. Print out a city map.
Fairchild.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Can't wait to see how this stuff looks all spring. Spring comes, hopefully it'll be like...
So while we are filling up the bucket full of water...
Because Mary parked on your hose. Sorry. Put it away.
Cut this package open. Out of fingers, we hope.
Is a space station low Earth orbit?
No, the space station is much higher.
Oh, thank goodness.
Here we go. Open this up.
So you just cut it in half and... Oh. Yeah, that's probably Monday's video.
This hibiscus syriacus.
Syriacus?
Syriacus or Syricus or something like that.
What's that, grass?
That's some grass.
Oh.
Some non-native grass there. Let's pull that out.
Just dirt in the ground. Good idea.
Pull it out and drop it on the ground. It probably won't survive.
That's a lot of roots balled up in there.
Yeah. This plant is ready
to pop.
To not be in a pot anymore.
What are you doing to the bottom of it?
trying to tease out those roots so they can grow in some direction other than around in a circle.
Ah. That seems to be one of our main plant killers right there.
Yeah.
Like we think, wow, that's a lot of roots.
Arrive root bound whenever you get them. That's the big problem. All right.
Yeah, we learned that the hard way a couple times. Sometimes it's good to get the younger plants, the younger trees. And bucket. Yeah, I'm helping. Let's see, what else? Let's see. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff that, you know, solar weather effects. That gnome is a badass gnome. I'm helping. Yep. I'm watching for gophers. Bucket. Bucket.
At approximately 8 pounds per gallon, 5 gallons of water is about 40 pounds.
Uh-huh. Well, I was going to say you should probably get maps for your vehicle, you know, in case those solar weather, you know, does something to your cell service or your GPS service. But then I was thinking, if it's really bad, your car wouldn't work. Just saying.
Alright, so here we go.
Making mud.
Making some mud.
As usual.
Get that soil back into the hole. Mud. Go. All of a sudden then I'll have one less of the plastic orange daylilies in this position. But we'll have a really nice flowering tree.
How big will it get?
I'm not going to let it get more than about 6-7 foot tall.
Oh.
We'll keep it pruned back.
Okay. There goes the neighborhood. It backfires.
First rows of Sharon planted.
Oh boy. That's the white one?
That's the white one.
Okay. Let's see, what else has been in the news? Oh yeah, the trucker convoy. There's enough people talking about that. I ain't gonna talk about it. I'm thinking I don't want to go though, that's for sure. My truckers are really big. Let's go see where Jason's going now. You know, I was thinking we get solar weather, flares and whatnot all the time, and atmosphere expanding. You know, like, wait, what is that? What it was that took out the Starlink was the atmosphere literally like expanding with heat. Is that what you're saying?
Are you asking me this question right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Might as well. I was like, I know low Earth orbit is probably not a good idea because just the way you say it just sounds bad. Low Earth orbit. What could go wrong?
Let me start with a couple of weeks ago, whenever my neighbor was telling me about this wonderful thing called Starlink, and the
sounded ambitious, that's for sure.
And the plans that a certain CEO had to produce a satellite phone network that would rival cell phones. And I said, that sounds a little bit strange.
Satellite phones, I guess.
That he's going to need to make that work is going to be pretty big.
Like inside of your phone or whatever your receiving device is?
It's going to take a lot of power. It's going to be pretty big, and I don't think a lot of people are going to want to have a lot of RF that close to their heads. And he said, "Oh no, he's going to use a lot of satellites, a whole bunch of them, just so they'll be within range of a cell phone sized antenna." And I said, "Wow, they're going to have to be really low, and he's going to need thousands of them."
Yeah, I think he's going for a few hundred. Well, he was.
Yeah.
So that, you know, what happened in the news.
Yeah, and of course, you know, there's some problems with that. I didn't really discuss it much at the time, but of course the big problem is, as low as they're going to have to be for it to work, even a small geomagnetic storm is going to wind up knocking a bunch of them out of the sky. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what just happened.
Literally.
It's too bad that that particular CAO can't seem to afford to hire somebody to tell him whenever his ideas
Don't do
aren't
that.
Great. But hey, you know, you live, you learn.
Well,
sometimes you have to go
you were explaining
talk to somebody with a background in physics that can actually explain these things to you.
I think it was heat or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay, so the place where those satellites were positioned was in the thermosphere. Thermosphere. The
warm part?
Well, yeah, oddly enough, it's the hottest part of the Earth's atmosphere. The molecules are so far apart that even though they're moving with incredible energy, it's freezing cold up there.
Oh, it's cold out here.
But 550 kilometers up, still within the thermosphere. You're in the thermosphere all the way up to about, geez, I want to say 600 kilometers. Off the top of my head, I'd say 600, maybe 7. Yeah, at least 600. And then you get to the exosphere, which is almost no atmosphere at all. But what happens, since you guys know already what heat is, being smart, intelligent people, having gone to school where they taught these things.
Peas are hot.
Wait a minute, just in case you didn't go to a school where they taught these things, maybe you received a public education. So what all heat is the excitation of molecules, making them jiggle around. This is what happens whenever you use a microwave oven. The radiation causes the water molecules, or the other molecules actually inside the food, to vibrate. And the greater the vibration, the greater the heat. Absolute zero is an absence of vibration, no vibration at all. That would be on the Kelvin scale. So anyway, back to the thermosphere.
Oh, that's how Kelvin is.
Radiation comes from the sun. We're talking about electromagnetic radiation.
Right.
Some of it's visible light, but some of it's X-rays, some of it's infrared. These are wavelengths of electromagnetic radiation which can be transmitted through the vacuum of space, because you can't transfer heat through space.
Yeah.
Whenever they come into the Earth's atmosphere, where there is some mass, in this case particles in the atmosphere. Most of the thermal mass in the Earth's atmosphere is nitrogen. It's the biggest greenhouse gas we've got, responsible for most of the insulation effect on the planet. Nitrogen, not carbon dioxide, which is next to no.
They probably haven't found a way to tax that one yet.
Effect due to its thermal mass. But
they just haven't found a way to tax
nitrogen
it yet.
is the big culprit here. If you're wondering what's keeping the planet insulated, whenever these electromagnetic radiation waves come into the Earth's atmosphere, they come into contact with the molecules of atmosphere, once again mostly nitrogen, and cause them to vibrate more and more and more. This is very pronounced in the thermosphere. I think the reason it's more pronounced in the thermosphere than anywhere else is because the atmosphere is so thin there. Which means there's a lot of room for molecules to bounce around in without coming into contact with other molecules.
Okay.
All right.
Get cold.
So under ordinary circumstances, the atmosphere is very, very thin, 550 kilometers up. Very thin. To the point where it shouldn't cause any problem. But during a geomagnetic storm, should a moderate size or even small coronal mass ejection come fairly close to the Earth, not really enough to cause us much problems.
So it may not actually been the solar flare itself, it might have been the effect on the atmosphere, is what you're saying?
Well, it's the electromagnetic radiation that was being released with the flare. Comes in, strikes the atmosphere, excites the particles. And what do we know about ideal gases whenever they're heated?
They expand?
They expand, exactly. So they expanded. And as they expanded, they rose up to the point where the drag of those molecules in the atmosphere was impacting the satellites and dragged them out of the sky. It wasn't electromagnetic radiation that caused them to fail. It was the atmosphere itself expanding as a response to being heated by electromagnetic radiation. Basic physics.
I guess I didn't really think that through. Maybe stick them farther out a little bit into space and just put more of them out there. And
Elon Musk, if you want to put me on retainer, I'm cheap.
He works for peanuts.
And I can tell you no.
He works for peanuts. Oh, I guess we have to go get the plant.